I'll be honest. I fight every day to not respond to what's happening in my most like pissed of pissosity form of me, to instead bring you something that you can actually use, even though maybe my rage is something you can use. Maybe you understanding, yep, I'm angry too. I'm mad as hell. Also, it's insulting, it's degrading. I take exception to every last bit of it. Yes, I do. And I'm also trying to help you make it make sense when it's nonsense. And I'm also trying to bring you the facts so that we can decipher between all of the foolishness, all of the just madness, all the demonic activity. I'm trying to do all that at the same time. I'm not a super Negro like apparently the nominee RFK Jr. We'll talk about that later. But no, I'm not one of them. I don't have no special genes. I don't have any heightened immunity to bullshit. I resent it on behalf of my ancestors, on behalf of my now-cestors, on behalf of my future, my children, my grandchildren. I resent all of it. It matters. And for those of you trying to act like, oh, I'm not angry because I've seen it all before. No, sis. No, bro. Every punch hurts. And if you are constantly being punched in the face, if you are constantly being pulled on the arm, if you are constantly being stabbed in the chest until the point that it doesn't harm you anymore, it's only because you're dead. Your immunity doesn't make you better. It just means you no longer feel. You no longer register. And the only people who no longer feel or register, it means whatever appendage is being stabbed is dead. Or it means that you as a person, your emotions, your response mechanism, your pride no longer registers to what's coming at you. And that's not good either. That's not good. That's not good. People ask all the time, are you shocked? Are you surprised? No, but I'm still madder than a motherfucker. What is it about this that you didn't expect? None of it. I expected all of it, which is why I was saying repetitively, screaming on the road, on my networks, on my platforms, anybody that would listen to me. Yes, I was saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Do you think that that means that when it happens, I don't feel it? No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm in touch with all my feelings, all my emotions. Anger, joy, pain, glee, happiness, sadness. It's all still here. So when today our president of the United States blamed DEI, black folks, brown folks, disabled folks, women folks, for a horrific, traumatic occurrence before anybody even knows what was to blame, yeah, that upset me. Not just because it was lies. It was lies. Not just because it was pushing propaganda like Fox News articles from January 14th of this year that misrepresented the policies of 12 years prior, including the prior Trump administration, because the FAA diversity and hiring policy had been on the books since 2013. That means including an entire prior Trump administration where he did nothing about that policy. Why? Because there was no need to. Because the policies enabled the FAA to hire those who were disabled in any way for positions in which they could be hired. It didn't lower standards for air traffic controllers or pilots or people at a desk. It meant that they broadened the net for people who could be hired and fill those positions at the standards, not lowering them, at the standards. But today, Trump and his imps, yep, the Transportation Secretary, the Department of Defense Secretary, the Vice President, were rolled out to say yay and amen to Dear Leader, who was saying this obviously was the fault of DEI, code word black, and hello, woman. DEI, that's what that means. These are lies. And if you aren't mad, you should be. If you aren't figuring out ways to speak up and say that you don't agree with it, you should be. What is this, America? Not you who voted for him. No, I'm not talking to you. Not you who sowed discord in the Democratic Party, shivved Joe Biden, pushed for a new nominee, then tried to shiv Kamala Harris. Not you. Go away. You ought to not be saying a word. You created this. But the rest of America, the ones of you who never intended this, this is our hour. This is our time to say this is not who we are. Speak up. Join me.